We're doing this again. This is plastic. This is metal. What's the difference? And why do we keep arguing in the comments section about this? 99% of the time, this plastic hub ring is going to be fine. The other 1% of the time, the aluminum one will work out best. So let's get into why. What's going on? I'm Scott from Koenig, and look, just like the opening scene said, I don't want to overcomplicate things here. This is actually a fairly straightforward and simple thing. However, we keep getting questions about it, and I often see comments on our videos about hub rings, somewhere in here, and here, where people are saying, I don't understand why plastic versus metal, why aluminum versus this, and then on top of it, we have a lot of people arguing. Yep, they're arguing with us, they're arguing with each other in the comments section about why you should use metal over plastic or vice versa. So let's add some context to this and get to the bottom of it. All right, so metal versus plastic. Let's talk about it more specifically, aluminum and plastic. So why? Well, I mean, look, I get it. People say, why would I ever want to put a piece of plastic in when I can have this sturdy piece of aluminum? And look, this is a sexy looking ring. Both these rings are available at store.koenigwheels.com. You can grab a set if you'd like. Anyhow, let's talk about why you would use plastic over aluminum. The one thing about plastic is that it doesn't have any corrosive properties. And so that's really, when we start saying we really recommend plastic, the reason we recommend plastic is because when you put this into the back of your aluminum wheel and put this onto your steel hub, you're putting two metals together. But when you use this plastic guy, it acts as an insulator. And what it means is that it can't transfer that corrosion on between the two pieces, meaning that next time you have to swap your wheels or change a flat tire, you're gonna be able to go over to your wheel, unbolt it, and push on the top of the wheel, and boom, that baby's gonna come free. Versus putting on a set of aluminum rings against an aluminum wheel and a steel hub, and then eventually over time corrosion builds up. That's why you use plastic. And 99% of the time, plastic is gonna be the way to go. It's gonna keep you rolling safe. It's gonna also make sure your wheel is perfectly Hub-centric to your car. And finally, it's gonna make sure that if you need to take that wheel off yourself, it's gonna come off pretty easily. No binding, no anything like that. So we kind of knocked out why we recommend plastic so much. So why in the world would you ever make an aluminum hub ring, right? There are 1 to 2% of those people out there using wheels that really do need this aluminum hub ring. And that's for people that are going to generate high braking temperatures or high inner wheel temps, like people that are racing on the track. They're using the brakes, they're blowing them up. You can obviously see from some really good motorsport pictures out there that some of these brakes get fairly hot. Well, when they do, there's a good chance that the hub will actually transmit this heat onto the wheel. Remember, an aluminum wheel actually is a really good heat sink to dissipate heat too. But when that happens, it's got to go through the hub ring. Now, if you're in a plastic hub ring, that could potentially be a problem because it has the potential to melt. The one thing you should understand is that the hub ring is just a dowel pin. And I don't care how many people argue with me in the comments, I'm going to tell you flat out, this is not a structural or safety item. You can make an argument that if a wheel was really out of whack and it was going up and down that much, that you would have a problem, and I would agree with you to an extent. However, what I will say is this, is that if you really have something that far off, it's not the right wheel for your car, and it clearly has a lot of issues to begin with. So it's just an alignment tool. It's there to align the wheel during the process where it's being bolted up. Once the wheel is secured to the vehicle, it does nothing. That's right. Once the wheel is secured to the vehicle, it does nothing. That means that the only time that you're going to have to worry about using this Hub-Centric Ring again is the next time that you need to bolt that back up to the car. Now, like I said, 99% of the time, this plastic hub ring is perfectly good. You might be noticing this is a different color. Again, we color code by size. This way you can't screw it up. So if you have multiple different size cars, if you have a set of wheels that you put on multiple different hub size vehicles, hey look, we got you covered. All you have to do is look for the color. With that said, 99% of the people that are going to use a plastic hub ring, well look, this is going to work just fine. You're never going to have a problem with it. It's going to go onto the wheel. It's not going to corrode onto the hub or to the wheel. It's going to make the wheel easy to come off the car. It's always going to be there to do its purpose of aligning the wheel before you torque it down. And then once you torque it down, again, it's just chilling in there, it's just hanging out. Don't care what you say, that's all this does. This is just an alignment tool. So again, don't be afraid. This is not one of those things of you pay more, you get more. This is a case of use. This one is going to allow you to throw more things at it, especially if you do a lot of heavy braking to the point where you're really building up those brake temps. And this guy will work 99% of the time, every other time. So that's it. No need to overcomplicate this situation. Metal, plastic, you choose which one's right for you, but this is not a case of inferior versus non-inferior. Yep, I said it right. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.